Today's focus is going to be all about the upper body. And if you think that that means doing a million push-ups, I'm here to prove you wrong. There's a whole lot more to it than that. Have a resistance band standing by. And if you don't have one of these, have some light dumbbells, a couple of soup cans, or even a couple of water bottles are the best substitute today. Have this handy, we'll use it in a moment. Come on down to your mat and let's get started with a plank position. We're gonna come onto our forearms today, palms facing into each other, and we'll take our legs back into the best forearm plank you've ever done. Hold it right here. Without squeezing that tushy, think about narrowing your two front hip bones. Navel draws in and up. That heart is lifting up through the space between the shoulder blades. Whew. All right, now from here, we're gonna start to crease at the hips and the knees, and we'll shift it back as we reach the sitting bones apart. And then inhale, narrow those hip bones, draw the body long. Exhale, soften the knees and the hips as much as you can before you start to shift back. Notice that we're keeping the knees and the booty low. We're not letting them stick way up and back behind us. That's gonna help us really find a deep core connection here. And as you melt the body behind you, notice the shoulders shifting back behind the elbow creases. We wanna really think about those shoulders wrapping down and around. So think about your armpits, kind of giving your rib basket a little hug as your heart lifts up through the space between the shoulder blades. 3 more, just like this. Good, notice how this one sneaks up on us nice and quick. I'm already warm. Last 2. On your next one, hold your plank nice and long. Hold it right here. Turn your palms, imprint them down into the floor. Good, and think about imagining we're gonna hover either one elbow at a time or both. You can walk them up and down for 3 and 2. Last one, and bring it down. Soften those knees and take them to the floor. Great, now we're gonna stand. Go ahead and grab your resistance band. We're gonna work on some shoulder mobility here. Standing with those legs in a nice wide turnout, we'll take that band about shoulder height, a little bit wider than our shoulders. Draw that navel in and up, and on an exhale breath, we're gonna lower into our plie, keeping shoulders over hips, and then imagining those inner thighs magnetizing together as we lift. Exhale, tailbone melts towards the floor, and we're opening up that band from the mid back, so right between the shoulder blades are engaging, coming together to help open the band up. Rather than thinking about your hands, take that intention into the back for me. Navel is drawing in and up. Those knees are tracking right in line with big toe, second toe. Good. I want you to visualize this band between your inner thighs. So lifting because those inner thighs are being drawn together. Good, let's start to add on here. So the next time we lower, those arms are gonna float up because the shoulder blades melt down the back. As you go to stand, we'll take those arms back behind us, spiraling the biceps forward. Bring them back overhead as you lower, and then inhale, rise back up, hands come in front of us. Good, if this feels a little tight in your shoulders, take less resistance in the band. Take a little bit more length. Open up your hands a little bit more so you have a little less resistance. There we go. Navel drawing in and up. Really focusing on that rotation of the upper arm as the arms come up and the shoulders glide down the back. Now on our next one, we're gonna hold it low in that plie. Double check, are your shoulders still over your hips? Hold here, spiral your inner thighs up. Beautiful. From here, we're gonna peel that left heel as we arc it up and over to the right. Bring it back to center. Peel the right heel, arc it up and over to the left. Notice that the pelvis is gonna stay right in line with that horizon. Try not to let those hips lift or lower. Beautiful, and we're breathing more space into the ribs. As you arc it up and over to the right, keep more length between the ribs on that same side, like you're going up and over a big giant yoga ball. Beautiful. Last one to the right. We'll even ourselves out. Take one last one to the left. Bring it back to center, hold it here. Now, we're gonna peel both heels, and as we do, we're gonna draw those elbows wide and bring that band right to our shoulders. Inhale, melt the heels as you press it up and away. Exhale, elbows wide, and then draw it away. Beautiful, last 3 here. Good, think of the back of the inner thighs, peeling those heels up, and really engage, keep those shoulders down away from those ears, melt them down towards the back pocket, and maybe find a stronger connection from your heart center down to your sacrum. Last one here, take it all the way back up and stand all the way up. Beautiful, we're gonna come down onto all fours now. So we're gonna take that band in our hands. We're gonna come knees under hips, hands under shoulders, and that band is gonna go under your right hand, and your left hand is gonna hold about 6 inches away from it or so. So your hand is just about underneath your shoulder, slightly out to the side. From here, we're gonna engage and take that right leg up into a little donkey kick, hold, and then from here, we're gonna sweep that left arm up and out by wrapping the shoulder blade around the ribs, and then bring it back to start. Good, sweep that shoulder blade. Really imagine it kind of wrapping around the rib basket and up towards the spine as we reach the hand further away from the shoulder. Good, that balance challenge of that leg up in the air behind us really does come into play the further out that hand goes from the center of our body. Can you feel this sort of handoff happening between your left shoulder blade to your right waistline and then back to your left inner thigh? That's your diagonal sling stabilizing you. Last 3 here. We're gonna turn this into a tricep kickback in 2. Beautiful. Now the next time that arm comes up and out, hold. Beautiful. We're gonna sweep that arm back towards our pelvis. Reach it beyond our hips. Exhale, keep the elbow close to the rib basket as the hand melts forward, and inhale to extend. Exhale as the hand comes forward. Think about how the back line of the arm is reaching further away from us as that hand floats forward and back. You can always take more if you want to kick this up a notch. As the arm extends, the leg reaches out long, and then the heel comes to the booty as the hand melts forward. Beautiful. Think about really drawing your tricep up through the shoulder blade. Collarbones are broad. Heart is lifting up through that space between the shoulders. We're here for 4 and 3. Give me a little hold every time for just a heartbeat or 2 as you find that long arm. Last one here, and bring everything back in. Beautiful. We're coming into a proposal position now. So take your band, and it's gonna go underneath our right foot, bringing that right foot forward. So take it under the ball of the foot. We'll hold on to each end with our hands. We're gonna start with a little windmill. So draw that thigh bone in, melt that sitting bone down. We're gonna take those elbows to about shoulder height. Hold it right here. Imagine you're sort of resting your arms on a little bar top right next to you. Hold. Good. Now from here, we're gonna think about inhaling as we rotate the rib basket to the left. We're gonna reach the right fingertips forward. Exhale, unwind. Keep going to the right. That right rib basket rotates around. Left fingertips reach forward. Good. So it's always an inhale as we rotate, and we're imagining going up a spiral staircase. Exhale, unwind back to center. Keep this right thigh bone drawing in and down. That right hip wants to creep up by the right ribs, right? Can you feel that? Melt it down, plug it in. You're gonna get a lot more of that core connection here. Beautiful. We're not necessarily pulling back with the elbows. I want you to think how the upper body kind of is being driven first by the ribs, and then the shoulders and elbows continue the rotation around. Beautiful. Last one here. Last one to the right. Bring it back to center. We're gonna fold those back toes under us. Option to take it to a carousel horse. We're gonna take those arms back behind us for our chest expansion. Imprint that top foot heavy into the floor, and we're gonna lift and lower. It's really tiny here for 3 and 2. Draw that navel in and up. Beautiful. And last one, coming all the way down. Beautiful. We're gonna come onto our stomachs now. Now, little note, if you've got a sensitive low back, grab a hand towel, place it right under your hips. Okay, the option would also be you could place the hand towel under your forehead if you have trouble getting your head down onto the floor. Take your band overhead here, come onto that stomach. We're gonna think about inhaling into our tailbone, reach that tailbone away. Exhale, feel the lift of the belly away from the floor. We're gonna take that band in our hands, starting with the right shoulder. We're gonna imagine that right shoulder floating around the rib basket to lift the elbow off of the floor and then melt it down with control. We just have just a little bit of resistance in that red band. Inhale, wrap that shoulder blade around the ribs, melt it back down. Try to keep fingertips parallel to the floor as you lift and lower the elbow. Try not to let the fingertips lead or fall behind. Try to keep the entire forearm parallel. Beautiful. And we're thinking about how that shoulder blade wraps around the ribs. Now we're going to start to add on here. The next time your right arm lifts, we're going to hold it up. Engage and hold. Now imagine your right shoulder blade gliding down the back as you reach the fingertips forward. Bring it back to start and lower it down, alternating sides. Left elbow lifts, left shoulder blade glides towards the right back pocket and melt it down. Now, do you still have a little bit of engagement of that belly away from the floor? Are you still breathing into your tailbone? If you would like to add on, the next time the fingertips melt forward, we're going to reach the opposite leg so far away that it hovers up off of the floor. Beautiful, you guys. Who says a little upper body focus can't work the entire body at the same time, hey? Beautiful. One more on the right. And one more on the left. Even yourself out. And then from here, bring both arms up and out. Reach those fingertips forward. We're just doing 4 of those here. Last 3. Good. Last 2. And last 1. With control, both hands come down and we'll press ourselves back up. It's time to go into that proposal position now on the other side. So come up into your high kneeling. We'll take that band underneath the left foot. Setting ourselves up, draw that left thigh bone in, melt that left sitting bone down, and then from here we'll take those arms and you get to choose your resistance, okay? So find a nice level for you. Bring those elbows shoulder high. Imagine that our arms are kind of resting on a bar table or a coffee table. From here, it's an inhale to rotate to the right. Right rib basket wraps around. Exhale to unwind. Keep that rotation going as we reach it in the opposite direction. Okay, so we're really finding this handoff. There's a beautiful connection of the diagonal sling here. We really want to find the rib basket leading us because believe it or not, your rib basket, that's part of your upper body, isn't it? So we want to find this beautiful work. Lengthening the spine all the way up and out. Plug that left thigh bone in, melt that left sitting bone down. Nice, you guys. Grow a little taller through the crown of the head. Imagine the rib basket starts this move. The shoulder and elbows continue it, and then we unwind. Beautiful. One more to the right. One more to the left. Good. Now we're going to sweep those arms back behind us, fold the back toes under, and we're going to take it up into our carousel horse. Good. We're just here for 4. Navel drawing in and up for 3. Beautiful. Last 2. And with control, coming all the way back down. Beautiful. We're going to go into that straight arm sweep on the other side. So setting yourself up, we're going to come into that 4-point kneel. The band is underneath our left hand. Right hand gets that band, and we'll take that left leg up and back into our donkey kick. Hold it right here. Sweep that right arm by wrapping that shoulder blade around the rib basket. Good. Inhale to wrap it around, and exhale to bring it back. The farther that hand goes away from the center of the body, the more it challenges our balance. And if you're not feeling it today, you can always keep that leg down on the ground. That's going to give us 3 points of contact with the floor, which is going to be a lot more stable than 2. Beautiful. So really visualizing shoulder blade kind of wrapping up and around. That heart is lifting up through the space between the shoulder blades. Check that you're not locking out that left elbow. Guilty as charged. Good. Last one here. Let's take it up and out. Hold. And now we're going to sweep that hand back towards our pelvis. Hold it here. Tricep kick back. Beautiful. If you want to extend the back leg as the fingertips reach long, every time we lengthen, we're going to hold for that heartbeat. And imagine that tricep absorbing up underneath the shoulder. Good. Last 3 here. Last 2. Good. Last one. And bring it all the way down. Beautiful. Now we'll take that band. We're going to come into a high kneeling position, and we're going to take that band under our knees. Little note, if your knees are sensitive, you can always roll your mat up, fold it in half, and give yourself a little extra padding. From here, we're going to hold on to that band, hands relax gently right next to our hips, navel draws in and up. We're going to inhale as we sweep those arms back behind us, and we're going to lower down into a low kneeling, keeping our shoulders over the hips, and then inhale as we rise. I'm going to turn so you guys can see this a little bit better. From here, watch how shoulders are going to stay over those hips. If you find this too aggressive in your knees, you can opt to go for a diagonal lean forward, reaching those sitting bones down and back. We're isometrically holding, sweeping those arms back, which is starting to light up the fire through the back line of the arms. Can you feel how you're opening up the chest, engaging the back line of the arms as you work here? So less aggressive is going to be to find that diagonal lean forward, feel your sitting bones come apart. A little more aggressive is going to be to keep those shoulders over those hips, draw that navel in and up. Notice if the rib basket is flaring forward. We're here for 2 more of these. Beautiful. Last one. Now on your next one, come all the way up to the top. Release those arms. Shake them out if you need to. We're going to go into 1 back extension, and then we're done. From here, sweep those arms back. Think about lifting that heart forward. Think about the glutes really engaging and the navel drawing in and up as we sweep it back, and hold for 3. Hinging from the knees for 2. And with control, bring it all the way back up. Beautiful work, you guys. Let's give everything a nice good stretch. So you can stay right where you are. We're going to take those hands behind our back. I'm going to turn around so you can see. You're going to hold on to your right wrist with your left hand. Right wrist with your left hand. Then from here, we're going to take that right hand across to the left ribs, giving us a little bit of a chicken wing on that left elbow. And from here, we're going to drop our left ear towards our left shoulder. And that's going to help us really open up the neck on that right side. Beautiful. One more deep breath here. And gently release. Switch hands. Hold on to the left wrist. Draw that left hand across towards the right ribs. Chicken wing on the right. Drop the ear towards the chicken wing. And we'll take a few deep breaths here. Beautiful work, you guys. Gently release. Bring it all the way back up. Nice work on that upper body workout today.